Reading Street Watcher, guys. So it looks like we got a big issue with Casa Ramos. Check it out.
All 14 Casa Ramos restaurants in Northern California were shut down today as part of a Department of Justice operation.
Action News Now reporter Elizabeth Zeledon is live outside of the Reading location where she just spoke to an employee about what's happening. Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm here live at the Reading location where, as you can see, the doors are locked and these signs have shown that the door or this business is closed. But for one employee who showed up for her shift, this was a complete shock. Now, neighboring businesses say it was around 9 this morning when they saw a SWAT officer and one vehicle outside of the business. However, in Chico, the manager of the East Avenue location says law enforcement officials served his business a search warrant, causing them to close, adding he did not know what the warrant was about. The same incident happened at all 14 locations from Yreka to Sacramento. In fact, the move happened so quickly that one Reading employee still showed up for her scheduled shift. The employee goes on to add she is new, but they don't serve alcohol to minors, they keep the place clean, and everyone has a work permit, so she can't seem to understand what could have happened. Now, we have reached out to the corporate offices for Casa Ramos, but we have yet to hear back. We'll keep you updated on this developing story on our website, actionnewsnow.com. In Reading, Elizabeth Zeledon, Action News Now.
All right, guys, all you gotta do is blink your eyes and boom, we're back into total doom territory again, just like I've been warning about for 10 straight months. And my physical health is not that great, because I worked straight for 3 weeks, and someone was saying, hey man, if you work for 3 weeks and are still broke, you need to get a better job. Do I? You know, like, because I can. I worked my whole life, and I thought at some point being extremely accurate, trying to unite the people would pay off. And when I just mean pay off, like it would get some traction, but no. So yeah, here we go. And isn't it great how your government gives you the shortest track ever? Like they're going to shorten this track so people don't get worried. And then you got another track here, which Cranky's been worrying about. And then now they're like, oh yeah, Florence may flip back around and then smash into the East Coast again. While everybody's like, oh my God, Kavanaugh sexually assaulted somebody 40 years ago. Oh my God, Trump's penis looks like a mushroom at my head. Oh my God, I'm offended you even mentioned it, Thor of Thor News. Yeah, dude, here we are. And so, during this small break in the action, am I going to do another 3-week run where I dedicate everything I have to trying to save lives and inform people, only to have people leave shitty comments and say, get a real job? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, man. All I know is it's just like last hurricane season where if I do a fantastic job, my life falls apart. So here you go, dude. It's doomy. You now got 3 hurricane dangers. And I think Florida and the East Coast are in the biggest danger. Texas, yes, I'll be watching you, of course, because I live in Houston. Yeah, so 20% chance formation next 5 days. 10% chance. 20% chance. There you go, man. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to contribute, fine. Maybe I'll do video game. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just saying, I have a headache today. I'm in a very bad mood. And I've been doing an amazing job. It seems like the only way to get by in life nowadays is to complain about politics. Blame people. People are like, you know what, complaining and being like this, that's not very becoming. And remember, I didn't invite anybody. I didn't say, hey, yeah, come watch my channel. I didn't be like, please come watch me. Whether or not you take my hurricane information or not, that's on you. I provide information to people because I feel like it does a great service, but lately it feels more futile of getting Americans, like how many more hurricanes we got to get hit by? We've been hit by like 5 in 13 months. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's doing anything. Still, whatever political fart comes out has everybody chasing it like dogs. So yeah, contribute to Thor News if you appreciate all the work I do and want me to continue to kick ass and tell you accurately, way ahead of time, of what the model's going to tell you, or don't. Or leave a shithead comment in the back like it matters. All right, whatever.
All right, Shalom Akim out there. First and foremost, before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai, that's the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Devon to the Apostle, great millstone, peace and mercy to elect by Hashem, Harakak, Dash, your name and Holy Spirit. You know, as y'all brothers know, I've been going through the devastation of the Indies. And one of the guys that popped up was Juan Guinness de Sepulveda. Now, what makes this guy really is stand out to me is out here in LA, you have a major street that cuts across all LA, all the way through to the valley, that's named Sepulveda. All right, I'm pretty sure he may be named after this guy, because when Spaniards and conquistadors came over here, they set up shop and they took over and called the lands after their name, i.e., Columbus. You got a Columbus, Ohio. You got a Columbus out there in South America. You know, all these different Spaniard names showing you that they have conquered us. Now, what makes this dude right here, what made him stand out too as well, is that he, during this time when Bartolomé de las Casas came to the land, you know, when he came over as a journalist, he eventually tried to start standing up for indigenous rights, or the Northern Kingdom rights. And this guy right here stood against Bartolomé de las Casas. You know, he justified what the Spaniards did over here. And let's listen to how he justified it. All right, how he justified what the Spaniards was doing. All right. Now, this guy never even came to the New World to actually witness it. He just was going off hearsay and all that, but not even knowing what really was going on, you know. But let's read a little bit of this dude. It's Juan Guinness de Sepulveda. All right. It says was a Spanish Renaissance humanist. Well, if you're a humanist or you're for the humans, then why did the Spaniards do what they did to the natives? You know, it says humanist, philosopher, theologian. You know, these white people really think they're about God, and proponent of colonial slavery. Okay, he was for colonial slavery. All right. Now, it says, I'm gonna jump right here. It says he was the adversary of Bartolomé de las Casas. Now, Bartolomé de las Casas, I won't be surprised if he's an Israelite foreigner. I'm still reading the book, still getting his vibe of how he was. I won't be surprised if he was an Israelite foreigner, the way he's standing up for Jake or he trying to stand up for Jake. Especially he was going back and forth from the New World to the Old World, you know, conversing with the grandchildren of Queen Isabella and Ferdinand on the behalf of the Indians, and he made enemies. I'm talking about powerful enemies. And Bartolomé de las Casas even had his life threatened to be put to death because of what he was doing. He was standing up for the Indians, and he was condemning the Spaniards or the Edomites. You know. And so I won't be surprised if he was a confusion of face. Even remind me of that cat in, if you've seen the new show Underground, there was a white Edomite who was trying to help Jake. You know, maybe an Israelite foreigner, a Jake who looked like another nation, who looked like a Spaniard, but his line goes back to the Israelites. All right, it says he was a adversary of Bartolomé de las Casas in the Valladolid controversy. Valladolid is a place in Rome where they held a controversy where Bartolomé de las Casas traveled back to over there in the old world, and they held a council on the rights of the indigenous people, the Northern Kingdom, the 10 lost tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is Latino Native American descent. It says in 1550 concerning the justification of the Spaniard conquest of the Indies. So that whole council was about the justification of the Spaniards, man. It says Sepulveda was the defender of the Spanish Empire's right in conquest and colonization in evangelization. So he was for the so-called white man, right? This dude Sepulveda was for the destruction. These Edomites didn't care, man. You know? They did not care. All right? Just to let you know, they did not care. All they cared about was you got that gold. They didn't care how you got it. They destroyed you. They didn't care how they had to go about to do it, man. All right? As you see in these pictures right here. All right? They did not care, man. You think this dude care? Look at this dude. Look at him today. All right? It says, let's read down. Let me see. Oh, here we go, right here. Spanish colonizations of the Americas. It says the Valladolid controversy was organized by King Charles V, grandson of Ferdinand and Isabella, to give an answer to the question whether the indigenous people of America were able to self-govern during the Spanish colonization of the Americas. So this guy believed, Sepulveda believed, that we wasn't able to self-govern ourselves. But when they came over here, we had pyramids set up, we had caciques, pueblos, which is towns and cities and everything. Like if you brothers that been to Mexico, you seen how it was beautiful. It was like, if you ever seen the Disney movie El Dorado, that's how beautiful and how organized our people was. But you had Sepulveda talking about we couldn't self-govern ourselves, and we was over there since the 17th century. And we couldn't self-govern ourselves. Why wouldn't we did a self-destruction or a genocide on each other? It was just the devil being a devil won that gold. It says Sepulveda defended the position of the colonists. He defended the devils. Although he had never been to America, this dude never even stepped over there. He was just going off hearsay. It's explained in the devastation of the Indies that Bartholomew de las Casas sat in the royal court and read the accounts of the cruelness that's been going on in the island since the Spaniards had got there. All right, he read that in a council because he witnessed it with his own eyes. This guy didn't even witness this. He was just, all that gold and all that commodity was coming back. His mind was already biased towards what was going on. But he's a devil, though. He's an Edomite. What could you expect? But this is the foundations of Christianity. That's the main point of this whole series. Digging up the hidden dirt. It says, claiming that some Amerindians, that's what the name they put on them, were natural slaves. Now that's off. That's off. Our people are not natural slaves. And it tells you that in Jeremiah 2. It says,
East on East Avenue Q12 toward 10th Street East.
I'm sorry about that. It says James chapter 2 verse 14. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? All right. We're not slaves. But this dude said we were a natural slave. It says, as defined by Aristotle in the book of Politics, those conditions, he used the writings of Aristotle to, when they stood up, because this was a council. He used the writings of Aristotle in the council. It says those who conditioned is such that their function is to use their body and nothing better can be expected of them. Those, I say, are slaves of nature. So he was saying that we was nothing better than to be a slave. And we know that through the accounts of slavery. All right. So the so-called white man used this on us, but he's really the slave. All right. You see how you put a slave in rulership. Look what happened to planet Earth. It said it is better for them to be ruled. Thus, he said, these natives are as children to parents, as women to men, as cruel people are to mild people. That's what he believed about us. In this council, he's saying this in front of everybody, defending the colonists. It says these assertions in regard to some, but not all Amerindians were made and Democrats altered. Oh, let's jump down a little bit. It says, although Aristotle was a preeminent source of Sepulveda argument, he also pulled from various Christian and other classical sources, including the Bible. He went right to the writings of Paul. Right to the writings of Paul. And justified why they was doing that to our people. It says Lacassus utilized the same sources in his counter argument. According to Bartholomew de las Casas, Yahushua had power over all the people of the world, who the world even called Jesus, including those who had never heard of Christianity. However, he thought that Christianity should be present to the natives as a religious option, not an obligation, as Sepulveda believed. So they forced this on our people. They didn't give them an option. That's why when you read in Maccabees, First Maccabees, right? First Maccabees, it tell you that when this damn devil came into power, that evils multiplied in the whole earth, man. This let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me go right here. We go. It tell you, man, when these devils came into rulership, they changed the whole planet Earth, man. They've been on a long journey of wickedness. Okay, it says this First Maccabees chapter 1, verse. It got to be around 9. It says, and after the death, they all put crowns upon themselves. Talking about the Greeks who are Edomites, the start of his rulership to this very day. So did their sons after their many years, and evils multiplied in the earth. You evils multiplied when these devils came into power, man. And they forced Christianity on our people, okay? All right? It was not an option. It says, Lacasa said that the Amerindians ought to enjoy same freedoms as other people because his views, no Amerindians lacked the ability to rule themselves. So Bartholomew de las Casas was sticking up for our people, but you had guys like Juan Guinness de Sepulveda would say that we can self-govern ourselves. He also used the regulations or the protocols of war to say that that's the reason why they did what they did. But really, we know what it go back to. It go back to money. It was going back to that gold and that commodity. So now you know about Juan Guinness de Sepulveda. Or if you ever run across a street named Sepulveda, it goes back to a damn devil. All right, so this just been exposing and digging this dude up. How he did this council was called the Valladolid controversy. All right, where Bartholomew de las Casas was stating the case of what was going on over here with the Spaniards destroying the indigenous people of this land, and he was a guy who stood against it and stood up for the damn Spaniards, talking about what they did is justified, and he never even stepped a foot over here, seeing that they destroyed torturously our people. All right, so that's been this guy Juan. This has been Sepulveda, the devil Sepulveda. So with that, I'm going to close out. Say, Barak Thehal, Barak Thehal Shai, Shalom, Makim Step, Shalom. All right, Shalom, Makim out there. First and foremost, before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, that's the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Divine to the apostles of great millstone, peace and mercy to elect by Hashem Harakah Kodash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. This lesson right here is going to be while great millstone edify, Vocab Malone and Brother Jay brings you bread and circus. That's what I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to say it. Brother Jay brings you bread and circus. Now, through the Spirit of the Lord, on my feeds, this video popped up. This was a couple of days ago. And I'm telling you, I just had a good laugh at it, man. I had a good laugh at this video that I'm finna be playing, man, where these guys call themselves coming up against the word of the Lord, but in the fashion that they're doing it, off top, let you know that the Lord ain't dealing with these dudes, man. Let me see. Matter of fact, and I even thought to myself, if you believe in Vocab Malone or Brother J and them, or that dude who calls himself K-Dub, I mean, this is the only scripture I have for you. This is all I could think about. This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. It says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings." If you believe these dudes right here, all right, that you just a fool. Just to be real, you a fool. You're not looking well to your going, like it said a prudent man would do, which the word prudent means to be wise. So you ain't looking well to your goings. You just on some hearsay, right? Because we over here at Great Millstone, we putting in the time, we putting in the work through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, and we not joking about bringing you this information, you know. At least let that be respected, that these men are literally digging up information and taking their time out to bring the people the truth, you know, or what we call the truth, what we believe in. We're actually putting work towards it. These guys, on the other hand, these guys are entertaining you. Are you entertained? So let's get into it. Let's play a little bit of this video through the Spirit of the Lord, and let's edify. Let's see how it starts off.
You live? Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jay, the producer, man. People in the background, they're just chatting along, but we getting all set up, man, for the day's shoot. For them boys lying. I forgot my own song, y'all. But so we're gonna do this thing, man. Let y'all get behind the scenes. We're gonna be talking, man. We're gonna throw some rebuttals, because that's what we do as apologists. We're gonna throw in some rebuttals, man. Let you guys know about the movement, which is the song is all about. Black Hebrew Israelite movement, if you haven't heard about it. And so we're gonna be letting you guys know what that's about. Give you guys some rebuttals, some tips in regards to if you ever come across these guys and how to deal with the doctrine. So we're gonna be doing all of that and let you guys get behind the scenes of us actually setting everything up, shooting a video. You guys can see pictures, man. Y'all can get everything, man. And my boy K-Dub, he's on the.
Now, as you can see, off top, look, when you talking about, or you bringing the Heavenly Father's word, that's his intention, is to bring the Heavenly Father's word. Off top, the way you present yourself it matters the most. Not the most, but it matters a lot. Just like when you go for a job interview, they tell you that 90% of the job interview is the way that your appearance, the way you look. You know. Now check this guy out. He's in a music shoot. He ain't bring no scriptures out. His head is covered. His beard is cut off. All right. And he ain't edifying. What is he edifying on? You know? Talking about how he's going to talk about how he's going to expose us. Well, let's finish further and more.
Track. Boy K-Dub, second verse. My man Darnell. He also on the song too, man. So we getting set up, man, y'all.
What work is this? Who is that? You know? If he where's his works? Is he talking? Are you guys going into the scriptures though? Are y'all breaking down these scriptures? Do y'all got many lessons that I could go to your page and that's what matters, man. Nah, these guys are doing a music shoot. All right, so let's see what these dudes is about, man.
Do both courses. Yeah. All right. From the top, do both courses. Let's see how I'm starting off. Hey, play from the top and see how.
Okay, Neo. That's Neo right there, man. Neo.
Too bougie. My brother Jay with me. We know I save the blade. So when you
So, as you can see, man, ain't nothing going on here. Ain't nothing going on here. All right, that's why I'm telling you, brothers is my witness. All I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh as I watched this whole thing, the little pieces that I did see. Let's play a little more. Okay, let's grab this real quick. We have to. Ecclesiastes, it gotta be, let me see, many words in the book of Ecclesiastes. Yep. Oh, damn, that's not it. A fool's. Bear with me. Come on, let's get it. The scriptures say this concerning these guys, all right? You know what? I can't find it, man. I've been doing bad on finding scriptures today. But in Ecclesiastes, tell you that a fool's mouth, yep, got it. Ooh, that spirit. Ecclesiastes 10:12, the words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of fools will swallow himself up. Oh, that ain't it. But it's something. Well, that's a good one too. That these guys, they're not talking about nothing, man. Damn, what is that, man? A fool is full of words, something like that. Let me see, full of words. Full in words. Let me. Got him. The water Yabashmal Shai. Ecclesiastes 10:14. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be or what shall be after him. Who can tell him? That's these guys. You can't tell these dudes what have came to pass already. Neither could these dudes. You can't tell these dudes what's going to come afterward, because they won't listen to you, and they can't even tell you themselves. These guys are caught up in the moment. Look at this. He's caught up in the moment. Look at that. This dude think he's Neo, the singer. All right, you know, I'm scoffing a little bit. But this guy right here ain't about the word of the Lord. Okay, so this is the whole documentary they put together. You know. Look, check it out. Let me see one part I seen. Look at this, man. Look at their leader is a Amalekite. I mean, Slakia. Their leader is a Temanite. All right, a German. Okay, look at this dude.
Your faith is in earthly things now.
Look at vocab.
The power that's going to be given when Christ comes.
That's vocab Malone right there, playing around.
Back to those men.
What is the edification at?
Here on this earth, being obedient to those men now, what they say, what they do, how they do it, which is.
All right, so that's the documentary they put together in wickedness. All right, now this is the final touch of the thing. I'm just play a little bit of this. This is their final little touch, and you tell me what edification you get. So far, I don't know any more than I know about the scriptures. But what I've already known, because they haven't broke down nothing to me. They haven't did nothing for me. They're not talking about the concentration camps that's to come. Regardless of whether who they call black Hebrew Israelites, which is a straight slander, we are the Hebrew Israelites. All right. Whether or you know what? Let me just play, man. Let me play.
All the Hebrew Israelite camps. The boys lying. The boys lying. The boys lying. The boys lying. They out there with the posters. A lie is what they told ya. Got you believing that you want.
Alright, if you could see, folly is that's a spirit. Here we go. This is why, men of the Lord got to be so studious. Like the apostles like to push on us to study, make sure you get in that word. One voice that pop in my head is the elder brother Barack out here. The brother always that's one thing he recites. Make sure you studying. You don't want to be looking stupid out here, confounded, because you ain't on top of your game with the studying. And as of a truth, you'll be confounded out there. This is Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. All right, so this is folly, set in great dignity, man. Look, he already got 728 views. Come on, brothers that's edifying. Look, through the Spirit of Shemel Shai, the Spirit jumped on me to be going in and out that book, Devastation of the Indies. Right? We edifying. I didn't through the Spirit of the Lord. I've already did a number of 3 videos on it already. That's some heavy information to digging up what happened centuries ago. It's hard to study, through the Spirit of the Lord. The Most High is with us, but you have to be serious about when it comes to studying, because you're trying to understand things that occurred centuries or thousands of years ago. That's not easy to do, right? We edifying, right? Check it out. I got the Apostle Tahar page. Look what he's been going into. All right, the demise and the fall of America, aka Babylon, the mark of the beast. These are serious things you need to know. Various topics.
Shalom, Apostle.
The Apostle just did the Nerva Antone dynasty. He going into history. Whether you like the Apostle or not, if he's speaking the truth about history, I mean, you got to give the man the props. This you can't just that took time to study that. That's intense. All right. You got the Apostle Ramlad page. All right, going into how America is doomed, go in and out of the scripture. The Assyrian Empire. We ain't got time to be saying, "What up now? The boys is lying." If man, edify at least. Look at these cats, man. Look at these dudes, man. Thinking it's a game. Thinking this is a joke. Esau can't dance. That's how you know he an Edomite. Look, check him out. He can't even dance. That's how you know he ain't. That's not our people. Look at this dude. Man, what is you doing, man? But we ain't got time for that, man. Slock. We do not have time for that, all right? Oh, snaps, man. This is wild. Now, I got the Apostle, that's Apostle Ramlad's page. He got all type of stuff that's edifying, And then we got Apostle Gabar's page. He does the daily edification series every day, as you can see. You see the daily edification in the title from this point of the video all the way up. It goes all the way down. And he got different things. Can a homosexual repent was one of the new videos. That was an important video to know. On some real stuff, that was an important video. Edifying. Because we becoming judges. We becoming judges, man. And becoming judges, you got to have the right judgment. And the apostles of Great Millstone put the right judgment out there, man, on how to grow from it, how to judge people correct, how to edify to people. Don't just get up there and say anything, you know what I mean? Because thousands and hundreds of people is listening to you, So you got to have the right words. mean, you can't be doing all this. That brother Jay, that's man, come on, that's folly set in great dignity. All right, so 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That's what you need to be doing. All right, I got Apostle Rakab page right here. The Apostle Rakab be going into a lot of how to conduct yourself and like the right mind frame to take. Like, we some soldiers out here. We really in the trenches. You know what I mean? You gotta be strong out here. That, you know, that's how I be hearing the Apostle when he be going into his stuff. And he be talking about how society is just changing right before everybody's eyes and nobody paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. All right? Everything just early 90s, everything was just different back then. You didn't have how you see it to now. Now, it's way crazy. All right? You got this brother, Elder Yashawamba out there in Dallas. That brother do so much different topics. It's just like, whoa, this brother's, you know, he be going in, edifying. And then this brother right here, the Elder Malcolm over there in Chicago, going in. That brother bring out, man, news report, all right? You get a nice news report showing you how, like, how this place is going down, like, and it's like, you know, laid out flat for you, edifying, you know what I'm saying? And I got the head brother of our camp. All right, Mwatazak be good, brother going in, man. Edifying. All right, going into the letter J. Come on, man. And then these guys be pushing at the letter J. The letter, they be talking about how we talk about the letter J don't come around in the 1500s. Well, it's the truth. It's a history behind it. You got to edify on the history, not just make fun of it. You know. Him and you know, the head brothers of our camp right here going in, breaking down the scriptures. All right, why these guys play around? All right, that's why we need to make sure we, you know, continue to study and not be like these dudes, man. All right, let me grab one more. I'm gonna close it. This is Proverbs 23:17. Let not thine heart envy sinners. Don't worry about this. These niggas seem like they are having fun. These niggas ain't having fun, man. Look at this, man. They not having fun, all right? We having fun because we over here gaining what matters. Look at man, let me turn that, man. But that dude. Envy not the sinners. Be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. Make sure you in the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai. And this is gonna pay off, man. What we doing is gonna pay off. I'll leave it off on this one. What we doing is a hell of a work through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. I've come to understand that. All right, so let me see. Hebrews 6:10. For the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Check that scripture out. The Most High haven't forgot what we have did laboring for him, how we have labored towards his name, pushed his name out there, Yahweh Shema Shai, pushing that name out there to let everybody know who he is, and then ministered or served to the saints, edified to the saints. We edified the saints. We served them and do minister, and we do serve. All right, so I'm gonna close it out with that. Say Brakti How, Brakti Shai. Great millstone edify, Vocab Malone and Brother Jay brings you Bread and Circus. Shalom, Akim Step. Shalom.
Shalom. Kahalayim Hayalai Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakudash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone that rule with honor and diligence. Honors to you brothers out there pushing this truth and love and sincerity to wake up the elect. It's your brother Damashapai coming with a quick testimony and brief lesson, through the spirit, man. This past weekend we was at camp. I was at the out there with the brothers at Chicago camp, and then I went to the Gary camp. But that Sunday, when we was at the Gary camp, and the spirit had me tell the brothers to go to a different spot. Well, not far from the old spot, just on the other side of the street. So the brothers wouldn't be teaching with the sun in their face because, Esau came and cut down all the trees, that was blocking the sun. It's hard to read the scriptures with the sun glaring in your face. So I told her, hey, go across the street so, the sun ain't in our face, and it was all the spirit that had me do that. Now, we was out teaching at this spot, this new spot. And I felt, the brothers had just started speaking about, demonic entities and presences. And I started feeling like this energy behind my back, So I'm going to play the video. Boy, I'm going to get this scripture. I'm going to get this scripture first, This is Ephesians 6:12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand, to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Okay. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having one on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take on the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, man. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Okay. But, hey man, brothers in this truth, man, we are dealing with some high level wickedness, man. And, we have to make sure that we in the right spirit to deal with these forces that are coming up against us. Now, I'm gonna just let this video play, and I'll be stopping the video and doing commentating, But I'm gonna let this video play so you'll get an understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, this is a new spot that I had the brothers teaching at this past weekend, and just pay attention to what's going on. Cause, at the beginning of this video, you probably be able to tell, but you're going to notice me, I was feeling this force behind me, and I'm going to just, out of nowhere, I'm going to just look back at the wall. Okay.
Experiencing more mental battles with thoughts and things like that. That's why the scripture says, "Be not soon shaken in mind." That's right. That's right. Definition of for shaking, you got it out? To shake down. No, just read. I got a piece of point. Read A and B on part 2. To shake down, overthrow, to cast down from one's
secure or happiness state.
So, read that part again.
It says to cast down from one's secure and happy state.
Now, at this point, I was feeling a presence behind me. You know, in my mind, I was praying, you know, rebuking Satan, okay?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, when we first found out this truth, it made us happy. And then we were secure. You know, we like, damn, this the truth. But then, read the next verse.
It says to move or agitate the mind, to disturb one. Right.
See, now I turned around and looked at the wall because I was feeling this demonic presence behind me, okay? I was feeling, you know, like it was the spirit or a demon behind me, man. Okay? But just pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention to this.
So the Lord said, don't let that happen to you by what? It says, or be troubled neither by spirit.
Hey, yeah.
Demons and spirits.
Hey, ain't no way.
See, and he's you know, as soon as I look back, he said, neither be troubled by spirit. See, the spirit is working on, you know, on one accord with this, you know, with me feeling this presence. It's saying I'm rebuking this demon in my mind, and the scripture came and comforted me. Be not ye troubled, neither be troubled by spirits. Okay. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna let this play. Hold on.
That's beautiful. Hey, where's the? I'm gonna ask you, Aki. Where's the biggest place where you find spirits and demons?
In a
church. The fucking church. The fucking church.
Well,
the motherfuckers be up in there.
Yeah.
Talking about speaking in tongues. Them be fucking demons, man.
Yeah.
Them are real demons, man.
Yeah, I got something real quick.
God, go ahead, brother.
This is Job 4:13. It says, "In the thoughts from my visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, fear came upon me. Tremblings which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face."
Yeah.
So he actually seen it as a spirit, man.
Apparitions, man.
He seen an apparition. He says.
Now these brothers that's reading these scriptures, they don't know what's going on behind me. You know, the younger brother stepped over there and was like, "Yeah, I thought that was weird too. This painting, all this paint on the wall." You know, I was looking at that too. You know. But the brothers that's reading these scriptures about demons, apparitions, they don't know what we over there talking about. Okay?
A spirit passed before my face. The hair on my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I cannot
And that's how it feels, man. The hair the hair on my back stood up, man, while we were standing there. That's why I just turned around and looked back at the wall, like, what's going on? Because I was praying in my mind for this force to leave, but it wouldn't leave. So I just turned around and looked at the wall, like, what's going on? Okay, but it's all spiritual, man. It's the reason why the spirit had me to do this. Now, check this out, y'all.
discern the form thereof. The image was before my eyes. There was a silence. I heard a voice saying. So he actually seen the spirit. Should a mortal man be just than Yahweh? Should a man be more pure than his maker?
Man.
You know? So he actually seen the spirit, man.
That's one.
He said he couldn't tell the form of it.
That's one that said his hair is
his hair stood up,
man. Hey, because man, it's real, man. Hey, because like now, the elder here, bro, was at his brother's house, man. I went over there, invited me over there. I said, damn, man. He said, bro. He said, man, I had experience with demons, man. Hey, because this thing is real, man. And you gotta have, man, the elder was saying last night, man. Hey.
See, now this brother don't know what's going on right now, you know. But I'm now I've seen what was on the wall behind me, and now I'm really praying and rebuking these spirits that was behind me.
Another thing, man, you gotta learn that Hebrew, man. You gotta learn that Hebrew and rebuke Satan. Elder Mike said that nigga, goddamn demon, man, kill that motherfucker, man. He experienced a demon, man, and it wouldn't go nowhere until he said something in the Hebrew. Okay, because hey man, this demon possession is real, man.
Demons speak to him.
That's right. That's right. But John, that's a man of the Lord, like you said.
Can speak any kind of language.
Yeah, any language you want. Hey, they showed you that in
the word
Exodus,
demon means intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those demons intelligent, man. They know. They scare your ass. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's why we gotta put our trust in Yahweh Shem Shai though, man. Cause we ain't no match. Hey man, we might be spiritual men, but we ain't no match for them, man.
Hey,
we only a match for them through the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
Hey, it's spiritual. You speaking about demons? Because I looked at the wall, this wall right here, and there's a bunch of demons painted on the wall, man.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
They got wings.
Yeah, right here.
That's crazy.
Hey, let's say Satan upside down.
Hey, get damn. That's crazy.
Hey. See, it said, "Save me upside down." Now, a lot of Satanists use this type of wording, man, which is called reverse messages. Okay, a reverse. You know, they use it like to reverse the message. You know, they'll write something upside down, so when you read it, you're reading it in reverse. Okay.
Get the one scripture when Apostle Paul. They was like, who are you?
Yeah.
So Paul, but the demons, but it's in Acts, like close like the 19th chapter. So, but it is like at the beginning of the 19th chapter. But the demons whooped the dude's ass, man. Ran him out the house. But I got another scripture though.
I got it.
It says, for we wrestle, this Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, see? Which is what? That's on the carnal level. Flesh and blood is the carnal level, right? But against principalities where we have rulership. Against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in our places, man. See, and this thing, like these elites and these people that's running this country, even these lower peons in this country, they're heavy in the witchcraft, man.
And look,
so you got all kind of demonic possession.
Hey, zoom in on this.
Going in.
Hey, my man wearing an upside down cross. That's a sign of Satanism, right? You see that on his chest? He's wearing an upside down cross.
Now I want y'all to see this. He's wearing an upside down cross, which this is attached to Satanism, man. They have these in the Satanist church. You know, which I'm going to show y'all in a minute, but I made a connection with the Satanist church. I'm going to bring that out too. But, you know, this is all, I'm letting this play for just to show you something, you know, because it's a testimony behind this.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of looks like these are all people.
Yeah. And you know what? And guess who painted this? Fucking Edomites, man. They own that art studio right there. Hey.
Okay, now in Gary, Indiana, you know, it's a bunch of Edomites going around the city. They painting a bunch of demonic shit, man, around the whole city, man. Like just weird shit, man. Iguanas riding skateboards, all kind of crazy, just all around the city of Gary, man. And behind these things is demonic messages encoded into the paintings, man. You know? Now this whole picture is a picture of a jaguar, you know, but encoded behind this symbol, look, it's a demon. It's a demon wearing with spiked hair and wings on his back, wearing an upside down cross, man. You know, wearing an upside down cross. You know? So these people so what they're doing is they're going and painting this stuff around Gary, and they're pushing out a satanic vibration on that city, man. Cause I felt that presence behind me. As soon as they mentioned demons, as soon as the brothers started talking about demons, I started feeling this presence behind me. You know?
Hey, are they not doing? They doing this shit all over Gary.
All around Gary, they painting this old
because what they
abandoned buildings, old demonic ass
witchcraft. They're sending that vibration.
Witchcraft. That's right. Hey, they claiming this place back.
That's an upside. Did you get that upside down cross? That's a satanic symbol, man. That's a sign of witchcraft, man. That's why God saved me upside down. That's right. It's a reverse message, man. That's right. People out here that's not covered by the Spirit of the Lord, man, they being affected by this shit, man. Okay? And they don't know it, man. See, this is a real serious battle that we dealing with, man. Right, brother. We didn't even I didn't even look at this wall. Yeah. We just started talking about demons, and then I felt like a presence behind me, and I looked at the wall. I saw all this shit, man. Hey, that show you, man, that this is a spiritual thing, man. That's what we look like a lot of people, like million souls and shit, bro. Yeah, he got an upside down cross hanging from his chest, man. And it look like he got wings. Did they got wings on him? Yeah, they got wings on his back.
Actually, I saw something on YouTube where it was
Okay, now, we saw all this stuff at camp, and I was talking about how these people are pushing this negative, demonic vibration by painting these symbols around the city, right? So, after camp, we walked to this place down the street, man. It's like a eatery, a pizza place. But walked down there to get me a sandwich. So we waiting on our food. We get our food. We walk outside. We out there talking, and man, a car just came and jumped the railroad tracks, speeding. I mean, I'm talking about like this is a residential area, man. A car jumped the train tracks, speeding, going at a high rate of speed. And the guy, he was in there in the car arguing with his woman. The guy swerves the car into oncoming traffic and runs head on into an SUV right in front of where we was teaching. Right in front of this demonic shit, man. And I got footage. The guy had it. It was him. He had his woman in the car. He had his 2 twin sons in the car and his mother. And he tried to take everybody out. And I got footage of it. Hold on. Here it is right here.
The car was like a little bit. See where that car right there? Yeah. Okay. It was a little bit ahead. Right there, you tried to go over. Boom, hit him straight ahead.
You could see the paintings going around the side of the building. But that happened right in front of camp. Right in front of where we saw that demonic symbol, those demonic symbols, man. And demons being drawn, not being drawn, those demons that was drawn on the wall.
Shot, bro. She's shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, but I mean, how far you think you gonna get? This happened right in front of that witchcraft stuff. Right in front of it. Right in front of that witchcraft stuff we was talking about at camp.
The guy he wrecked the car. It was him, his 2 sons, and his woman, and his mother, and the kids. Then when he wrecked the car, the woman jumped out, and he told her to get out, and then she was like, hurry up and get my kids out. So the grandmother got the children out the back. The woman and the grandmother was messed up. The kids wasn't even hurt. Cause me and the older brother Hashimia walked down there and to check on the kids. We saw the kids, little Israelite boys. We went and checked on them, and they was cool. They was like, we okay, we ain't hurt. But the 2 women was messed up, man. One of them, the mother, her face was all busted up. She was bleeding out her nose, and she had a severe headache. The other woman, she sat on the curb and went into a seizure, man. The whole side of her face was purple, and swollen up, man. And then she was dry heaving, so that was a sign of brain swelling. When you get nauseated and you start having a seizure, those are 2 signs of swelling of the brain, man. So we don't know if that woman lived or not, man. But it's the same day we out here talking about these demonic symbols that's being put around the city. You know what I'm saying? And right after camp, this wasn't even an hour after camp when this happened. We walked down the street, we ordered our food. When our food came up, we were standing there talking for a little while, and then boom, you know? So man, hey, we gotta stay prayed up. What if camp had, well, the Spirit be covering us, man. The Lord be with us, man. But the Lord spared our life, man. We could have been standing there when that dude did it. The dude could have rammed the car straight into that wall, man, where we was teaching. So the Lord really spared us, man. But it's ironic. We was just talking about this demonic energy and how it's affecting the people. And right after that, a guy tried to take his whole family out, man. Tried to take his whole family out. No regard for the children or nothing. Right in front of that satanic shit, man. So this is letting you know, man, it's forces out here, man, that's pulling at you people. You people that's taking this, man, that think this is a joke, man. We not out here playing games, man. What we're doing is very, very real, man. It's very real, man. And we dealing with spirits, man. We dealing with forces out here, wicked, evil spirits, man. That are coming up to destroy shit, man. And we got to be prayed up, man. We got to be prayed up through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? Now, I made an interesting correlation. I was doing some research on this inverted cross, the inverted cross. And now I couldn't find nothing. On the Google search bar. I'm going to show you. Because, I go to the Google, to the search bar. I put, wait. No, that's not the one. I put upside down cross satanic. Cross of St. Peter is upside down cross satanic symbol. It's the papal symbol, okay? Inverted cross. So they saying it's want to say it's the cross of St. Peter. But I was looking for an article to correlate this inverted cross so I can read an article, and I couldn't find no good valid information, because when you click on these sites, it says no, it's not. It represents St. Peter wanting to be hung crucified upside down or something. But check this out though, because they the scriptures say, hey man, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay, now check this out. This is the satanic church, right? Check this out. This is a satanic church. What do you see in the background? You see the Baphomet, and you see two inverted crosses. The inverted crosses, the Baphomet. But check this out, man. It's the same cross that's on the Pope's chair in the Catholic Church is in the satanic churches, man. Look at this. Same cross, man. So what does that tell you about Catholicism? It's satanic. It's satanic, man. He got this cross carved into his chair, man. And he's sitting under it. That lets you know that that's satanic. And what Aleister Crowley, the one that started the Satanist church or whatever, he said the highest form of magic is in a young boy's rectum, right? Is when a man has sex with a young child. What is the Catholic Church known for? Excuse me, I've been sick of a couple of days, just getting over a virus. Yeah, man, the Catholic Church is known for what? Pedophilia, man. You know, I was looking for something to read about this inverted cross, but it's the same cross. Look at this. Hold on. Same cross, man. Hold on. Satanic temple, look. Images. Inverted cross, look. Inverted cross. You know? I just thought that was pretty interesting. They have the same cross. The same cross that's in the Satanic temple is in the Catholic Church. And the man that said the highest form of sex magic is in a young boy's rectum. And then you got all kind of pedophilia in the Roman Catholic Church, man. You know? But we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You know? Us that's in this truth, man, that's serious about serving the Lord, man. Hey, may Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, bless you. You know, and may the Lord be with you. But all you people that's playing, man, may all these demons that brothers are dealing with in this demonic situation, may all them demons attack you niggas, man. Because this is not a game, man. This is not a game, man. You see what happened right in front of where we was teaching at, man. You know?
The car was like a little bit. See where that car right there? Yeah. Okay. It was a little bit ahead.
Right in front of where we was just got through teaching, man. The guy tried to kill himself right in front of the satanic symbol, man. Symbolism, the demons, or whatever that was, man, that energy. You know, it happened right there. So, hey, man, we got to take this truth serious, man. Don't take this truth for granted, man. Don't take this truth for granted, man. Be serious about this truth, man. Because the Lord ain't fucking around, man. And these demons out here, you know, the scriptures said what? Satan desired to sift you as wheat, man. So we being tested, man, on a high level, man. We're dealing with all kind of spirits, man, coming at us. But all we have to do is endure, man. You brothers, you stay strong, man. Endure. Time is short, man. You know. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone that rule with honor and diligence, and honors to you brothers out there pushing this word in love and sincerity to wake up the elect. Shalom.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a migraine. I'm in a bad mood. So let's do this. Often, I got to tell you ahead of time, I might not have this exact same opinion as you do, and that might really make you mad. So sorry, dude. I've done my research. I have thousands of videos up here for you to see. And so, I don't know. I know what I'm talking about. I think I could be wrong, but we shall see. We're talking about climate engineering, weather warfare, and the collapse of civilization. And so, time and time again, especially during like a hurricane and before or after, people are like, it's all weather warfare, man. The bad guys, the boogeyman controls the weather. And I'm like, okay, no, they don't. Because, one of my big points at Thorn News has been the volcanoes. And so, I mean, are you telling me they control the volcanoes, dude? And remember, since I started saying volcanoes, we had the volcano in Mexico erupt, in Guatemala erupt, in the Galapagos Islands erupt, California erupt, Alaska here erupt, this one erupted. So, and I predicted all that off of solar activity, because solar activity's been pretty weird, bro. We've had a lot of coronal holes, double peaked solar max situations, and it's not just the NASA cameras. Like, I videotape, I take pictures of the sun every day. I look at the sky, I look at the colors, I look at the clouds with my own eyeballs. And I've seen some weird, weird stuff, man. So usually when people talk to me about, oh, it's weather warfare, they control the weather, I'm like, well, how do you feel about the sun? Do you think the sun is changing at all? Do you think there's been some weird stuff going on with the sun? How do you feel about the fact that our magnetic pole is speeding up and moving at a very rapid rate? How do you feel about our magnetic shield that is weakening? And then, yeah, usually it's like stock answers like CERN's doing it. You know, and I don't know, I guess it's better for some people to believe that some boogeyman controls it all, but it's just not what I believe. And that, like, sometimes, you know, I can accurately predict hurricanes or earthquakes, though I'm no earthquake expert by any means. Go to Suspicious Observers or Dutch Sense for that. But just off solar activity and coronal holes and by what I see outside, you know, and like I can look at the sun sometimes and be like, oh my God, that's an X-class flare. And then I go check and yeah, it's an X-class flare. So, I mean, I'm giving you guys comprehensive research. And remember, off the scenes, I've talked to people from Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon. I've talked to billionaires. I've talked to millionaires. I've talked to famous people, super rich people. Like, dude, I've done my research like you wouldn't believe. And so when I try to put all that information in the spoon and give it to you guys, I'm doing it from what I know and from what I believe. And that, you know, the people are like, it's all weather warfare. No, it's not. And I think that's part of the disinformation program. Like, because one of the biggest fears they had was that people will start to freak out about the weather and that your people who are in their late 40s, 50s, and 60s who are still the core workers who are out there working and moving and shaking every day will think, oh my God, shit is coming unhinged. I'm going to retire. And so they're spreading this illusion that even to the top level, like, oh yeah, man controls the weather. Because if you didn't believe that man controlled the weather, you would be more apt to work together with your fellow man to unite and adapt to these earth weather changes. And so that's why, like, when they sell, oh yeah, no, your bunker is going to be super volcanoes proof. Oh yeah, your anti-grav ship in the sky is going to be totally safe from a supernova, man. It's not true. And so the idea, it's Occam's razor, man. It's like a giant hydra of greed and ignorance. Do they manipulate the weather? Absolutely. Definitely. Like, I talked to a bunch of oil giants, you know, that they cloud seed and they need to add fracking water. And that's, you know, when you got to buy water from Nestle, it's a lot cheaper to cloud seed. So, yes, they are manipulating the weather. But when you see chemtrails, that is for solar radiation management. Cosmic rays are through the roof. The UV rays are through the roof. Our magnetic shield is getting weaker. Our North Pole is moving at a pretty fast clip. And so, you know, like I said, that that's why I get frustrated, because like I can do all the research. But all people got to do is like watch 1 or 2 or 3 videos on YouTube, and they're like, no, I get it. It's Agenda 2030. They're going to kill us all, except for like the 0.1%, which would never work. So like I spend a lot of time trying to convince the richest people on the planet, like, any depopulation plans will never work. I mean, how do you handle the power vacuum? Like, let's say you get rid of all, like, 97% of people, and then all you have left are the super rich people, and they're going to turn on each other. They have so many destructive technologies at their hands these days. And so, like, they have shit that would blow your mind, you know? And so it's like, I don't know. One of the frustrating things you got to learn is, like, so much we've been told about so many things is a lie. because they have the truth, and then they have like a million other stories they tell to confuse people. And so, you know, when, like I said, when people are like, weather warfare, well, sundogs just started showing up like a decade ago, man. So why is the sun acting so weird? Why is the sky acting so weird? Why? I mean, earthquakes have been off the chain the last 2 months. Are they geoengineering earthquakes? Are they, you know, the auroras have definitely been stronger. Most of the Steve showed up and nobody knew what it was. And so auroras and rare phenomena, like you are seeing signs across the board. And that I want to remind people again, you know, because it just, I don't know, it's kind of maddening to me that people think in the same thought process that, where is this thing? Dude, okay, my head hurts so bad I can't even read. Public information. Oh, there it is. Okay. You know, so people think that, it's weird, the same people who will be like, man, it's totally in control of the weather. But also the same people who are like, you can't do anything. So, well, we can't do anything about it. Let's tell everybody you're powerless and they're fully in control of the weather. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Like, and it's even like, where's the thing about the underwear gnomes? Underwear. I'll probably redo this someday in a really great edited way. Not today though. But I mean, that's what like the weather warfare shit gets like. You have to think it all the way through. It's like weather warfare ? Profit. Now I understand how like in some ways you could definitely be profiting off the weird weather, but when you have like hurricanes crippling Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Japan, like. It doesn't, like, the global economy is a very fragile thing. It is. And so if you have, when the fiat currencies collapse, you have a period of lawlessness. And then, you know, you lose 1 billion people in the first month when all the supply chains broke down. Then the currency would be violence. And then all the strong groups would have their drones and wipe out all the strong pockets after, and then they'd turn on each other. And so it would be like Mars, and we all die again. And so when people are like, weather warfare, you know, that's it. It's a bumper sticker, man. Like, tell me more. Like, explain to me why the auroras have been freaking out, why the sun has been so weird, why we have a lot more volcano activity than we did 2 years ago, why the earthquakes activity is up, especially in the last 3 months. You know, you can't just say weather warfare and then Agenda 20. Like, if literally your answers are 1 or 2 words, weather warfare. Well, who's doing it? Why? Who profits? And that, yes, they can profit in the very short term, but we are seeing major instability in the atmosphere completely to where, let me go over here. It's just, I don't know. It's, you know, this is my honest opinion. I'm not saying it's 100% sure, but I do not understand. And yeah, at times it seems like they could be, like when you see the models that are like, this hurricane will either flatten the East Coast or go out to sea. It seems like people could be blackmailing us, but if you remember the 2008, when we dropped interest rates to 0% and we gave basically Wall Street a blank check, you watch the monetary base jump to like a quadrillion if you add in derivatives. So they've got all the money they need to control inflation by not dumping it out very fast. It's probably too high concept for you. So if you watch the low pressure systems, like, why do they need, like, at times it looks like we're turning into Venus. And so I don't know, like, I watch all the systems. And so people will talk, like, if we get hit by a hurricane, they're like, oh, weather warfare. But how often are they watching the entire planet? How often are they looking at the jet stream? Like the whole jet stream, not just the one piece of information that helps them sell their point. And, you know, that's my problem with the truth community is a lot of times it seems like people are trying to sell me an agenda. Like, I'm Grand Solar Minimum. Let me sell you the Grand Solar Minimum. Or I'm Weather Warfare. Let me sell you Weather Warfare. Or I'm Flat Earth. Let me sell you Flat Earth. Or I'm man-caused climate change. Let me sell you man-caused climate change carbon taxes. And at me at Thor News, I'm trying to sell you anything. It's that nobody knows it all. And if we're going to solve any problems, we got to come together. We have to unite as people. Let's say it is weather warfare. Well, you're like, well, we got to inform the people. Well, Building 7 fell, dude, when 9/11, when the planes hit the towers. 2 buildings fell in their own footprint. And then a third building that didn't get touched just kind of fell in its own footprint. And so nobody cared about that. Like, the evidence is clear in front of their face. Right there. People are like, well, that's a conspiracy theory. No, dude. Asking why Building 7 fell is not a conspiracy theory. It's a question. And so if people didn't kind of go, hey, wait a second, about Building 7, what makes you think they're going to be like, oh, some dude said it was weather warfare on YouTube, so hell yeah, let's fight the boogeyman. Who are we even fighting? Who controls this? I had my 2 dads were in the Air Force. You know, like, you literally would have to have have the entire Air Force, Navy, all military in on this global plot. And if you think like, and the Air Force guys and women are some of my stepsisters in the Air Force. If you think they are evil people, you are dead wrong. Like, if you think that like our soldiers are just all like in on the Illuminati, you're dead wrong. You know, it seems like people like to oversimplify things to feel good. Because, you know, it's like all Republicans are to blame for all problems. All Democrats are to blame for all problems. This is all weather warfare. Like, if you can sum up the situation in one sentence, you're getting it wrong. I mean, it took me three sentences to say, I guess it's one sentence. When the sun acts weird, the weather acts weird, and people act weird. And so that is how my information has stayed consistent for 5.8 years or whatever here at Thor News. Because I base everything off the sun, and it works. And the sun is there every single day of my life. The sun has been there. And some days the sun is a lot shinier than others. And some days the sun looks like a giant diffuse ball that you can see through. And some days I've seen it look like a giant LED light. And so it's weird. The flat earthers come out of the woodwork, especially during hurricanes. And I'm like, dude, you're pissing me off. You're going to talk to me about flat earth during a hurricane. But they're like, dude, why don't you? It's like, I can't verify if the earth is round or flat. I definitely guess it's round. Because there's a lot of power in hydrostatic equilibrium. Jupiter's round, the moon's round, the sun looks round, everything looks round. So, yep, seems round. And I've never seen anyone describe the whole flat earth thing other than we're on a flat turtle. And so, I don't know, I'm just saying, the information I give people, like, you never talk about weather warfare. And my main point is uniting people. If we're going to deal with any of this stuff, and we've seen $3 trillion worth of damage since 2017 to the United States property and infrastructure. And so, if we are going to adjust to that, we have to unite. And even if even if we did have a boogeyman that's trying to kill everybody with weather warfare, you're getting the cart ahead of the horse, man. That how do you plan to make any changes if you don't unite the people? How are you going to fight a giant group that has been in power for 100 years, that literally is above the Air Force, your president, your banks, and is controlling everyone? How are you going to do it? With a YouTube video? Like, is that going to destroy that? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I recognize not a lot of people think through everything. That's what I'm here for. I try to think through it for you. And like I said, the whole idea of Agenda 21, and I recognize there are a lot of rich people who believe in the, like, yes, depopulation will work, and it won't. You know, I don't know why I'm still alive. I told a lot of rich people, your plans are dumb. They'll never work. Usually, people like that don't last long. It's a miracle. Anywho, so yeah, people are like, you never talk about weather warfare. Well, I'm talking about it now, and I'm telling you, the sun is crazy. And if you stay this long, you want to get a crazy conspiracy theories. I don't think that's crazy. This is probably a neutron star right here, man. And so, whether it be Eris, one of the planets, coming in and out, we've been watching this thing for 5 years. They said it was a cat hair. And we have watched this thing develop, grow a bow shock, change, and it's there every day. You watch the light interact with it. And so, whatever this thing, if you want to get into strange conspiracy theories, this has always been the sun, which is here, and then this. I think that's in the back. And it gets bigger, it gets closer. And I think it's the real reason they have stereo fixed in the position it is. So it looks like it never moves. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. Yeah, I'm way more Planet X than I am weather warfare. And yes, they chemtrail, but it's for solar radiation management. Because, if you look at any science, a lot of stars, a lot of big yellow stars have a little neutron star companion. And they draw energy off each other. They pull energy off each other in a binary system. So we've seen a lot of storms on a lot of planets, whether it be Jupiter, the red spot changing, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Mars. All the planets are changing, man. So are they weather warfaring on those planets also? I don't know. Anyway, this discussion was fun. So let everybody call me a shill or whatever. You asked for me to talk about weather warfare. I did, from the heart, as honest as I could be. And like I said, I don't know. People aren't big on changing their position. And like I said, my position is, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. And so I'm always open to hearing ideas. But when people start to preach at me like, you will believe what I believe, or I will call you names, then your position is not that solid. Anyway, love you guys. God bless everyone. Stay cool.